Hi cats and kittens! I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. I have some very exciting news that I'd like to share with you, but before I get into that, thank you so much for your love and support and all of your comments. So many of you tell me that I make your day brighter, that my singing makes you happy, and that's the best compliment ever for a singer. I also like it when you guys tell me that Elvis would have loved me. Thank you so much. Grazie mille a tutti per il vostro sostegno, il vostro affetto e tutti i vostri commenti. Vi apprezzo molto. Grazie mille. 皆さん、いつも応援していただき、どうもありがとうございます。Merci beaucoup à tout le monde pour votre soutien. Muchas gracias y besitos a todos. And I gotta learn more languages because I need to thank every single one of you watching me from so many different countries all over the world. Thank you so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. As for the exciting news, I am thrilled to announce that the author of Elvis Style, From Zoot Suits to Jumpsuits, do you have your copy by the way? Zoey Goto has written a new book called Vintage Style. And guess who's featured in this book? Yours truly. I'm so honored to have been included in such a fun, unique, and engaging book about vintage enthusiasts. So this is the cover, and it says, "Inside the Dapper World of Retro Enthusiasts." Now here's the blurb. Yes, that's me, c'est moi. It says, "Our love affair with the high street fashion is slowly fading, with predictions that secondhand fashion will overtake fast fashion within the next decade. I always say this, but nothing beats vintage fashion and vintage music. Nothing." Vintage Style taps into this current interest in retro fashion by showcasing vintage style fans from around the world. Zoey Goto peeks inside the wardrobes and lifestyles of each vintage enthusiast, exploring the resourceful ways they are interpreting bygone styles, and asking them why they choose to live out of step with contemporary fashion. Vintage Style is packed with images and ideas to inspire fellow vintage style enthusiasts. Exactly. This book is inspiring. If you're like me and you love vintage fashion and you're also a curious person, you like to learn about people's lifestyles, this is the perfect book. Now let's flip through the pages. So Zoey dedicated this book to her daughters, Summer and Indiana, who also love a charity shop rummage. That is so sweet. Now here's the table of contents. So Zoey traveled around, and if I counted correctly, she interviewed 29 vintage lovers. And she also took the photos in the book. I'm going to show you some of the photos she took. She's incredibly talented. Now, can you spot me? I am on page 84. So here's the introduction, then there's a foreword, and here are the first two vintage lovers in vintage style, the artisan dandies, who love regal attire, which they mix up with contemporary touches. So Zoey asks Myron, "How would you describe your style?" And she says, "My style is a mix of 17th and 18th century menswear, Japanese OG, and Gothic." How unique is that? And just take a look at these photos. Zoey has such an artistic eye. Look at that. Not only does she manage to capture the moment, but she really captures the essence. I mean, these photos tell a story. Look at this photo. He is Stuart from Manchester. How stylish is he? Amazing, right? Look at this image. A picture really speaks 1,000 words, doesn't it? Gorgeous. Here is the vintage mama. She's also a writer from London. And how beautiful is this picture? Oh, her baby's adorable. And here's the Hitchcock heroine. She really looks like she could be in a Hitchcock movie. Just look at all these details. Zoey also interviewed the vibrant thrifters. And she asks them, beyond the dress, which other aspects of your life are affected by your interest in vintage? See, this book is so interesting. Zoey really digs into the whys and hows of everybody's vintage style. Here's the mid-century modern ace from Palm Springs. Isn't she beautiful? She looks like she could be in Mad Men. She looks like one of the protagonists in Mad Men. And look at these stunning pictures that Zoey took. She's incredibly talented. Ah, now here's a classy man. He looks like James Bond. Classy man, not like some of the men nowadays who walk around with their pants falling down and their underwear showing. Ay, ay, ay. Here are the Memphis Rock and Rollers. These two girls work at Sun Studio. Ladies, I'll be seeing you very soon. There you go, Sun Studio. Then we have the Lone Greaser, who is also obviously an Elvis fan. Isn't this such a cool photo? Modern meets retro, retro meets modern. And then, my oh my, who is this? So in this picture, I'm standing in front of a pastry store. That's Marzipan behind me. On this page, Zoey introduces me, and then she talks about rockabilly music, and then she talks about rockabilly fashion. And some of the questions I answer are, what is it about the American mid-century era that appeals? How did your musical career start? When did you start dressing this way? Do you have any insights as to why you choose not to dress in the contemporary style? Do you always dress like this? And several other questions. Oh, I remember Zoey spotted this courtyard and she asked me to stand there. It turned out so nice. All of them did. Look at this picture. The sea's behind me, and over here I'm with my Elvis stuff. Elvis records, Elvis bags. I have such beautiful memories. So if you buy the book, you'll find out other fun facts about me, and you'll get to see other lovely pictures of me. And after my interview, you'll read other interviews. We have other 70s, 80s, 90s lovers. Here's the owner of a vintage shop in London. And then we have Sarah from Australia. How would you describe your style? All color, all the time. She's so cute. So like I said, this book is jam-packed with captivating interviews and mesmerizing photos. If you love everything vintage, if you love fashion, and if you love me, I highly recommend this book. You can take a look at some of the interviews on Amazon because they let you look inside. I'm placing the link at the bottom of this video. And if you'd like to purchase Vintage Style, it's available on Amazon, on Waterstone's website, and Target. Again, links are in the description box of this video. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much, Zoey, for having included me in your fantastic new book. Bye, guys and dolls.